Hi, hi. This is Linda with LLB Vintage and Pretties. It's been a while. Oh, you were talking about the patch? This patch? This eye patch? Oh, there's a really good reason for it, I'll tell you. In the last couple of years, I have had two eye retina repairs and cataract surgery. And because, according to my eye doctor, I had too many surgeries and now I'm legally blind in my left eye, which really sucks, let me tell ya. So what the doctor is working on is putting shots in my eye. So about every 4 weeks, I go in and they numb up my eye with a liquid. And then when they think that is numb enough, he comes in with another shot to numb up my eye. And then he comes in with the next shot. And what it's supposed to do is dry out the fluid behind my eye. Now, this has been going on for almost a year. February will be a year. So what I'm hoping for is that he can get enough liquid off the back of my eye so I can get glasses or do LASIK surgery or do something to get my vision back, because it's a real problem when you only have one eyeball. I'll tell ya, your peripheral vision sucks, your vision looking down sucks, everything sucks. It sucks, I'll tell you. So the other day, and this is stupid, and I'll just let you know, because I'm good at stupid. I do stupid very well. And sometimes I have stupid across my forehead. So I don't know if I told you that I had rotator cuff surgery on my right shoulder back in April. Well, rotator cuff surgery takes a long time to heal. So, me being stupid, I thought, well, I've got a tricycle. I can ride my tricycle. I'm not going to fall down. Nothing's going to happen. So, stupid here, went out and decided to ride her tricycle. I went to these boxes that are outside a grocery store where you can put in used clothing and shoes. A lot of people put a lot of different stuff in there than that. So I picked up some puzzles. I'm not picking up any more clothes, and we're going to talk about that one. So I picked up some puzzles, thinking that I would want to list those. So anyway, I picked up the puzzles. I picked up a dog bed or a cat bed too. And as I was going to turn around, I did not see this really deep crevice in the dirt. Well, I went to get on my bike and go ride. Well, I didn't realize it was that deep, and my tricycle fell over. And I hit my shoulder that I just had rotator cuff surgery on. Boy, did that hurt. Boy, did that hurt a lot. So if any of you have had rotator cuff surgery, don't do that. Take it from stupid. So anyway, not only did I hurt my shoulder again, which is a real bummer because it was almost healed, but I also hurt my lower back, and I mean lower, the sacroiliac part. And I haven't been able to walk. I wasn't able to walk for a couple days after I hurt my back, but thankfully I have an awesome chiropractor here in Arizona. in Casa Grande by the name of Dr. Stewart. So if any of you live in Casa Grande, Arizona, or Arizona City, and you need a great chiropractor, I highly suggest Dr. Stewart. And I am really picky about chiropractors because I've been going to them for so long. Anyway, so let's get back to all this picking that I do at these donation boxes. Well, I'm kind of stupid. So I thought, oh, there's all these clothes out there. I'm going to grab them, I'm going to clean them, and I'm going to list them. I hate listing clothing. And I had a ton of it. I tell you, I had a ton of it. And because I'm not smart enough to go through all this stuff before I wash it and drag it into my house and bag it up, I decided that I'm getting rid of most of the clothes that I have stolen, pilfered, taken. And I am just keeping the good stuff like Nike and a few of the good names, Nike, and I can't remember all of them. So I just decided to go through everything and get rid of anything that I thought was not worth the time to list. So some people are listing $8 shirts on eBay. Well, I don't think that's a very good use of my time. I think, sorry if I'm making you sick, I think that if a shirt will net me 15 to 20, or a pair of shorts will net me 15 to 20, then I think it's well worth my time. But I'm not doing clothing. I don't like clothing. I don't want to do it. It's not my forte. My forte is vintage items, vintage glass, vintage dolls, vintage anything vintage is my forte. So I'm going back to my forte, which is vintage, because I enjoy it. I have a lot of it in my garage that somehow fell off of eBay. I'm not sure how that happened, but it did. So I am not listing anything straight on eBay anymore. What I'm doing is that I'm listing it on Flip Crosslister, which is free. I don't know how much longer it's going to be free. So if I were you, I'd get on there and sign up for it. It's a nice Flip Crosser. Flip Crosser is nice. So you can use the universal form, and then so you use the universal form and you can list to Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, Facebook, and Etsy. So it makes your listing really quick. I think last night I must have listed probably 20 items in 20 minutes. And I think that's the way to go. That's my personal opinion. I'm not spending a lot of time on it. And what I do in my original description, I put the color, the size, what kind of condition it's in. I think sometimes I put like the length of a blouse or a shirt from the neck to the hem on the bottom. And then I don't have to go through and fill out all that other stuff because that description comes through on all those venues to list on. So it makes it kind of nice. I really, really like that. The other thing that I've been playing with on that cross lister is I will first list it on eBay, and then eBay has an Al description. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but I like it to a certain extent, but it doesn't put in everything I want in it, like the size and condition and that type of thing. So I can go ahead and use Al's description, but at the end of its description, that's when I go ahead and go in and put in whatever else that I want on it. So my sales on eBay, nothing for 2 weeks. And they say, you know, list every day, list. And I've been listing. I've got no sales. I don't have anything at all. Now, some people will say that other YouTubers will say, well, you're just not listing the right stuff. Could be. Maybe. But I think that if you have 1,045 items on your eBay, somebody would certainly like something. I just don't know. But my sales on Facebook, Etsy, excuse me, and Mercari are doing okay. I mean, nothing's great this time of year, but I did sell a vintage brooch or a pin. It's got little bells on it, not real bells of ding-a-ling, but bells. They're gold and they have red on them and green. They're really pretty. It's really pretty. So I sold that, and then the day before that, I sold a really cute sweater on Etsy. So I'm getting my Etsy site up and going. I'm listing all my hand crocheted items, and boy do I have a lot of them. So I thought I'd get that started and get that going. So I was pretty pleased. I haven't been listing much on Etsy, but to have one sale in a week, I think is not bad. I'll take that. And it sold for $36, but it was a beautiful hand crocheted sweater that I made with lots of beautiful colors, and it had the silver going through the yarn. Oh, it was just gorgeous. So that was on my Etsy site for over a year, but I noticed until I started adding more items to the Etsy shop, I wasn't getting any sales. Now I'm getting sales. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to go ahead and list the rest of my crochet items that I have, and put those also on eBay and Mercari and Poshmark. I don't know how they'll do on those other venues, but why not give it a try? I got Crosslister. It's just as fast, so I'll give it a try. So let's see what else is going on. Finally got around to painting my office. And most people are going to find my office very boring because it's all white. It's white. And I decided to do it white because it's easier for listing. You know, I don't have to drag around my photo box, which I don't like too much anymore. I don't like the two little holes at the back because they're hard to, even when you remove background, it still doesn't look good. I'm not real thrilled with removing background yet. And you can add background after you remove the background. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. So you can do that. Flip Crosslister. You remove the background and then you can add a colored background if you want. But I don't like the way that it looks too much. I'm not real thrilled with it. I guess I just like the real thing. This is really what it looks like. And just go from there and just crop it if I need to. So I've been learning how to do a lot of new things as far as using Crosslister and how to improve my photos and that type of thing. And my photos are bad, guys. I gotta tell you, they're not the best in the world. So you're gonna have to go look at LLB Vintage and Pretties and see how bad some of my pictures are. Excuse me. Let's see. So that's about it. I'm going to go back to eBay for a minute. On eBay, I'm not sure how much longer I am going to be using it. Here I am again 2 years later. It costs $21.95 a month. And then the final fees and all the other fees, everything is so expensive. I just don't know if I can afford to stay on it. I'm not selling anything. I didn't sell enough last month to cover my fee of $21.95. So is it really worth listing on eBay anymore? I think not for me. I think that if I spend $21.95 a month, that will cover my fees on Etsy, Mercari, Facebook, and Poshmark. And it seems I would rather sell on those venues because I do get more sales. Whopping 2, but 2s is better than nones. And a lot of people are looking at my sites, so I'm pretty pleased with that. So my thought is, after Christmas, I'm going to come down off of eBay and just stick with the other 4 venues that I've previously discussed. And what I'm going to do is, because you can load everything from your eBay onto Flipcrosser, I'm going to make sure that all my stuff is on Crosslister before I get rid of eBay. That way I have it, and I won't lose it, because I've lost a lot of stuff on eBay again. I can't figure that one out. I listed a bunch of jeans, several pairs of blue jeans on eBay. And so what I did is I went in and did the variations. They're gone. I don't know where they went to. So I'm not sure I'm going to list anymore on eBay. You know, if you can't purchase something off a site that has 1,045 items, maybe it's not worth it. Maybe it's not worth the price. But that's my personal opinion. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to stay with Crosslister, Flipcrosser, because that's free. And at first I thought you could only do like 400 items at a time, you know, bring them over from your eBay or wherever you're bringing them over from. I thought you could only bring over 400, but I'm seeing that you can bring over a lot more than that. So I'm going to make sure that everything is brought over and then go ahead and list it. If it's vintage, it's going to Etsy and all the other venues, but especially to Etsy if it's vintage. So I'm going back to my first love of items that I enjoy listing, and that is going to be my vintage items. I know about those. They're easier for me to list. Oh, I did makeup. Not doing makeup again either. That was a waste of time. Did baby clothing, brand new. Nothing on that either. So that's what I'm doing. Just going to Flip Crosslister. Go get it. It's free. You'll like it. It does take a little while to learn it, but once you do, you can list, like I said, 20 items in less than 20 minutes probably. So I think that's a great thing. Anyway, I was thinking that later on I'm going to update you on what a zoo I have in my house at this minute. So stay tuned. This is Linda with LLB Vintage and Pretties. Please comment, like, subscribe. Thank you. Have a day.